Okay, hello. Let's see. I give Facebook some time to catch up. Happy Wednesday. Hey, babe.
You put your stuff in the refrigerator?
No, you don't have to.
All right, we're back.
All right, hold on so you can say hi. I'm getting ready to get set. Hey guys, this is Shantae with Completely Crafty by Shantae. I just want to welcome you to my page. My husband isn't hanging out. He just came to tell me that dinner was ready. You want to say hello?
Hello.
All right, so I will be up in 45, 50 minutes. Okay, no problem. Love you. Thank you. All right, so today is the day we're going to be working on Be Happy. Hey, Brenda. We are working on this sign, Be Happy. I found this ribbon that had the honeycombs, so we're going to use that. And then I'm going to pair it with this ribbon that has some black and white polka dots and some little bumblebees, as well as this checkered black and white, just to mix it up so it's not too much yellow. So we're going to work on I think this is a 13 inch work form. And so what I'm going to do, and I think this one has 16 ties. So I'm just going to I'm going to start on the top layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do poofs on the top, and then I have some curls for the bottom. Again, I'm using up my 21 inch mesh. I was going to use 10 inch, and then I realized that I had this yellow 21. I was like, okay, I'll just use that. All right, so I'm just zip tying the first tie just so that I can have it secure. Oops. And I'm just going to curl the ends under so that the rough part is underneath and it doesn't snap. Oh, actually, let me trim up my edges. All right, say hello as you come in. So we're going to do 10, 11-ish inch poofs. And then I just want to get it pulled out a little bit. Today has been a day. My day job, everybody needed something. I was like, I don't understand all the fires I had to put out today. Makes me nervous when it looks like it's close to the edge. I want to make sure I have enough to finish the top. So again, I'm doing 10 inch poofs at the top using 21 inch mesh. I almost was going to cancel my live tonight. Hey, Caress. When I went to pick up the U-Haul truck, first we had issues with their Wi-Fi, so it wasn't connected anything. And then I get the truck and it says change oil soon. I'm like, okay. Then I'm driving off and I realize that there's a crack in the windshield. 2, as a matter of fact. And he's like, oh yeah, we know about that. I was like, well, is it safe to drive? And he said yes. I said, but by this time we had probably wasted, you know, a good half hour. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to get back in time, have us load up the car, and be ready. Hi, Patricia. In time for me to do the live. So I thought, okay, it's not going to happen. But then luckily my brother-in-law stopped by. Hi, Cassandra. So then he helped us load up the truck. And I was able to come down to prep because I hadn't prepped anything. It has been just one thing after another. My husband was like, just breathe, it'll be okay. I was like, I don't know if I'm being tested. I'm like, Lord, you know, I understand you're in control. I get it. But I'm like, what is happening? All right, so I finished my 10, 11-ish posts on the top. So now I am going to, I cut these at 27 inches and I'm going to do some ruffles. The truck is packed. The only thing I have to do is put my lady in, but I want to wrap her nicely so that her shells don't crack. So I'm making ruffles, but I'm spreading it out so we can get coverage on the wreath, so we can cover up that work frame. This should be a quick wreath. I picked out some florals because I thought, you know, the bumblebees needed florals, but I just thought, you know what? I didn't plug my glue gun in, so we may not do florals. Hey, Miss Rachel, you're not late. You're better than I was last night. I completely missed your live. But watching your lives make me hungry. Hi, Kate. We're working on this cute Be Happy wreath. And I did 10-inch poofs at the top, and now I'm doing 27-inch ruffles. Sometimes these work forms have a mind of their own. Uh-oh, I lost some mesh. How is everyone doing? This heat, I think it said it was 95 today. I was like, whoa, where'd that come from? Thank you so much for sprinkling. Normally when the last big show I did, my husband ran rope inside the van, and we hung the wreaths from the rope, which is fine because it, you know, keeps us warm. But it's a lot to have to carry in when you know, if you have a far distance. And so this is the first time that I'm at this venue, so I don't know what to expect. So I asked him, what do you think about us putting the wreaths in boxes and transporting them that way? He was like, oh, I love that idea. So he went and picked up some, hey, Betty Jane. He went and picked up some shipping boxes, not shipping boxes, moving boxes. And I was able to get, for the most part, five wreaths in a box, depending on the size. And how are you this evening? And for they stacked up pretty nicely in the van, and it left me like a small corner for me to put my mannequin. I'm just praying that, you know, I might have to lower her just a little bit so her head fits inside the truck and it doesn't damage anything. But I told my husband we could put that in last. So after my live and after I finally eat, the only thing I've had all day was some yogurt. So I'm looking forward to dinner. Hello, Pam. Welcome. We are working on our base. So I almost went with black and then the yellow, but I thought, no, I'll do yellow. Oh, I didn't think I cut enough. Do we have anyone that, you know, have family members in the military, and did you guys do anything symbolic for Memorial Day to honor your loved ones? Thank you, ma'am. We didn't do anything special. But friends of ours, they went and put roses on the grave sites of the unknown soldiers. So that was neat. I was like, oh, I would like to do that. So I'll have to look to see about trying to do something like that next year. Or even maybe, I know they put wreaths on their grave sites at Christmas, to see if I can sign up for us to do that. Okay. So we have our base, 20-inch poofs in the center, and then 27-inch curls, ruffles on the side, and I use 21-inch mesh for that. So I'm going to alternate. The only constant is this honeycomb ribbon. So I'm going to alternate between the black and white checkered and the bumblebee ribbon. And I cut these at 12 inches. I decided to use a pre-made work form for this one so that since this is the last wreath, one less thing I have to do, and it's not as time consuming. I like the 2.5 inch in the checker, but this ribbon is so flimsy. So again, I'm just alternating. And just spreading them out a little bit. Now, sometimes Facebook doesn't let me see all of the comments. So if you say something or ask me a question and I don't respond, please forgive me. What I'll do is when I get off and I go back through, I will definitely respond to you. It's odd how it picks and chooses which comments to show. So for the most part, I believe I am ready for my event. Physically, I feel okay. Mentally, I'm a little drained because today was a rough day. I wonder why it does that, Rachel. Technology. I was doing a focus group at work today, and we had people, we used Teams for our meeting, and we had a couple people online. They could hear us, but we couldn't hear them, and it's just like, technology is great when it works. Hi, Lori. Thank you so much. I hope so too. I hope, it will be a fun event. I get to meet new people and get to sell some wreaths and make some connections. Because I found out about this event from another vendor at a show I was in October, and she was like, "Oh no, you should go here." And I said, "Okay, I'll try." You never know. My husband said he was willing to travel, so we try to stay close, but sometimes you have to, venture outside your local demographics. And so we are definitely doing that. Okay. I always do that. I feel like I miss a step, but it's only because I guess it's an odd number on the bottom, and so I am headed to Hampton, Virginia, Betty. To their spring, well, actually it's called Bodacious Bazaar. So, I'm going to cut another one because this wire is hanging out, and I would hate for a customer to get snagged on that. So let me just cut another piece. Hi, Andrea. Welcome. If you are new to my page, please let me know where you're watching from. I'm so thankful for people stopping in. And let me know if you're a crafter too. My husband teases me because I started off, as a, Cricut user. And, once I started doing wreaths, I didn't do too many projects with my Cricut, except for like at Christmas time, I would make Christmas cards. So I kept telling him last night, I'm using my Cricut. because I make tags for my wreaths. When I wrap them up, it has instructions on how to care for the wreath, how to store it, and it also has my contact information on like social media. And so I designed it on my Cricut, so he can't complain about me not using the equipment that I have. All right, so we are complete with on the bottom row. Can you see this? All right, so now we're going to work on the top. I started cleaning up my craft room last night too. I was like, I just can't live like this. Hey, Miss Patty. Miss Patty, I need to buy some luminaria for like my mom and my aunt. If you're on a team this year, can you let me know and I can buy them from you? Trent and I are hoping to make the relay event this year. Mesh phrase, and sometimes I just can't stand the look, so I try to trim as much as I can. My ears are okay. Let me know how I can get it to you. I know I need at least 2, and I'll ask Trent. I think he might want to do one for his sister-in-law, so I'll ask. We only have a couple more. What I was just talking about with Miss Patty is Relay for Life, the American Cancer Society. I lost my mother to cancer, and Miss Patty is a cancer survivor. So I used to participate heavily a few years back, but it's been a while. But I would like to do a luminaria in honor of my mom and my aunt, who both passed from cancer. All right, we're getting there. Hopefully this will fit in the truck. Hi, Mary. We are working on a, hey, Peggy. We are working on a bumblebee themed wreath this evening. Peggy, I liked your second mason jar. That was pretty. I still have to do mine. Although I didn't plug my glue in, I might still do it. Thank you. Okay, will do, Miss Patty. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to make a bow. I'm trying to think if I want to do a half bow. Let me visual. Maybe yes. I think I'm going to do a half bow. Maybe not. The bumblebees are going every which way but the right way. All right. Hey, Steve. Welcome. We're working on a bow for our bumblebee wreath. Oh, someone made a comment. Hold on. It was very pretty. Very pretty. Hopefully when I get back from this trip, I'll be able to free my brain and figure out what I can make with mine. I didn't do half of the things I wanted to do for this show. So I was a little disappointed by that, but when I have some downtime to this weekend, I'm going to start prepping for, I have a couple more big shows happening in the fall. So I can get prepared for that. We will soon be doing Christmas in July. I know it's hard to think about, you know, it's 95 degrees outside, but we'll be doing Christmas, Halloween. I know, and I'm so disappointed, Rachel. Like, I really wanted to do my boots, but I didn't really have the right foam to put in it, so I didn't do it. And then I thought I wanted to do a couple of more centerpieces, and I didn't get all of those done. And there's probably at least three wreath ideas I wanted to do. I didn't do my topiaries, but I'm definitely still going to do them for Christmas. I think they will be a good addition to my collection. So I'm going to see how it looks, and then if it turns out okay, I will do a live. Hey, Kelly. All right, we're almost finished this bow. Okay. I'm just going to put my pipe cleaner behind my zip tie. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like I always feel like while I need time to actually sit down and plan, I just feel like I need to be doing something, so then I don't actually fully plan. Hi, Karen. So that's part of my problem too. That I need to take some time to figure out what I want to do, and I need to do a better job of working backwards as far as, okay, my next craft show is October, I'm going to say. I might have a couple in the summer, but those would be smaller ones. But my next big one is in October. So to work backwards to figure out, okay, what is it that I actually want to make, and try to make as many during the week. But it's also a matter of getting supplies. All right, I will fluff out my bow once I get it on my wreath. So this sign came with a little hook, and so then I just poked a smaller hole inside. So I'm just going to use this gauge wire to attach it. I would like to say that, after this trip, I can give myself a break, but I get back and then I do my live on Wednesday. So technically I don't get a mental break from creating, but it's all good. Because I almost canceled the live, and in my heart I was like, you know what? No, you really need it. You had a bad day, and this is, perfect therapy. So I'm glad I was able to get everything done so that I can come on tonight. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. All right, so I'm going to attach my sign, and I think I'm going to leave the normally I don't like the hanger, but I'm going to leave it. Yeah, I think, and it's not, and I think it's because, while you guys aren't here in my living room, I get to converse, so it makes things better. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Let me see if I can get that in there. I always forget that the pre-made work forms only have 2 loops, so I have to be careful how I'm trying to attach it. I have to remember to add this to my Etsy shop tonight, so I don't have any issues tomorrow. I also did a wreath for Juneteenth. What my intention was to do at least 3 of those. I got 1 done. But I'll now have to figure out where I can attach my little bumblebees. Alright, so I've attached my sign. And you know what? Normally I would do this after the show, but I'm so afraid that I will forget and this wire will be hanging when I go to put it up tomorrow. Then I'm going to do it now. If you can indulge me for just a second. I'm just going to bend it so that no one gets cut. Twisting this wire. I might have to fluff it up a little bit, but it'll be okay. Okay. All right. So here we have it just with the sign. And now I'm going to add our bow. And I'm going to put it up just a little bit higher than the sign so that your eye is drawn downward. Did I build my table? Oh, the one that I'm working on? No. I found this on Facebook Marketplace. The lady, actually, she had bought the house and the previous owner was a quilter. So it's a quilting table. It has little hooks on the side. And I just raised it up a little bit. I think it's 8 feet long. And I put them on risers so that I didn't have to bend down. But oh my goodness. And I think it was $50. And it's heavy. It fit through every door, but it wouldn't fit through my hallway. So my husband had to take the legs off in order for it to fit through the hallway. But I was like, when I had to go to a different state though. I had to go to the neighboring state to get it. But I was like, what a find. Because I had been working on, it was a folding table. That was what I was working on. But then when I found this, and it was already black and white, which worked with my Mickey room theme. And so what I did was I just repainted the top portion and I added some decals. Oh, for sure. Peggy, I also found I ordered a lot of my grid walls on Amazon, but I found a few on Amazon. I'm sorry, on Marketplace. So it's a great place to look to get some crafting items inexpensively. All right, so now I'm just going to fluff up my bow. Right, and then I'm going to cut my tails. I hear you. I can't wait for me to finish so I can go eat dinner too. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good evening. I don't know why I'm hollering like you can hear me in your living room. And I think I am just going to see what kind. Oh, okay, I get a little curl. All right. So now we just have to figure out where I'm going to put my bumblebees. So, can we have one coming out of, oh, I think out of the bow. I'm going to tuck it back here. Let's see. Let's see if I can attach it. Let's see. I might need to glue him down a little bit. Let's see if it holds its shape. What do you guys? He looks a little floppy, so let me see if I can straighten him up just a little bit. I guess it could nestle. Now I just messed up my pretty bow. All right, and let me see, and then maybe I can add this one. I don't know if I need to. Two as in two. Maybe I'll just do one. What do you guys think if I just do the one? What do you think? Can you see? There is definitely a delay, so. Can you even see the bumblebee? I think I'm just going to do one, and I'm going to get him tightened up. Okay. All right, just so for a recap, we'll save this bumblebee for another project. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So just as a recap, I used a 13-inch work form, and I did 10-inch poofs, and then I did 27-inch ruffles, and my tails are cut at 12-inch, and then I added my bow, and I added my little bumblebee. And here we have it. All right. If you guys can say a special prayer for us for tomorrow as we travel down the road, pray for travel mercies for us and for me along with all the other vendors to have a successful show. I'm looking forward. I will probably go live sometime this weekend for sure because there are going to be tons and tons of vendors, and I would love for you guys to see all the beautiful craftsmen and women that are going to be out there. So this is our project for this evening, and I will see you guys probably on Friday or maybe Saturday. So thank you, Miss Rachel. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, I will see you guys soon. You guys have a great week. Thank you.